Thanks for hanging out with us on a Wednesday night. Greatly appreciated that you would give us time. It's one of those shows. It's one of my favorites because we get to sit down and talk about community and heart and all the good stuff that is Lincoln and Nebraska. 402 464 5685, Starter Heyman text line, Honda Lincoln hotline. If you want to call in, add to the conversation. If you have questions, if opinions or other, you can do that. You can call into the Honda Lincoln hotline, same number. The Starter Heyman video stream, you can see what's going on in studio, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter Live. So we're live on Twitter, so you can just click on 937 Ticket. It'll bring it to you. And, of course, it's podcasted up and archived. And then any other listening device that you have, we make it easy for you to be a part of what it is that we do. The Teammates Mentoring Hour. And first of all, I want to thank Harrison Arns for running the board and getting us through this evening. Kind sir, you are greatly appreciated. But let's start because my grandmother is listening in heaven. We go ladies first.
All right.
So let's bring in Audrey Watson from Teammates. How are you? Good to see you.
Good to see you. Thanks for having us on.
This is joyful because I know for a fact that you care about this beyond the metrics and all the other stuff, that you legitimately care about this community and the people that you guys help.
Oh my gosh, absolutely. I didn't really know that it was called mentoring growing up, but I kind of feel like I've always been able to connect with kids younger than me, and they've always kind of looked up to me, and I was kind of that safe person for them. And so now that I'm in this career, it's really cool to look back on that and be like, yeah, that's mentoring. And then I can look at all the mentors I've had in my life. And so, yeah, passion is a great word for it.
Let's go deeper into that, though, that whole mentoring thing. So the name removed from it, it's the action that matters. What's mentoring to you?
So mentoring to me is having a person that is there no matter what. So one of the things we say in Teammates a lot is to be there. And so that means physically, but also to be present and to be there emotionally and mentally. One of the things I like to tell mentors is, if your mentee tells you something one week that they're nervous about or something exciting coming up, being able to reference that again the next week really shows your mentee like, yes, I'm listening. Your mentor is really caring for you, there for you. And I think that just goes a long way. I know as a parent, I don't always remember things from day to day that your kids tell you, but to have someone who's there unconditionally for you is just huge. And I think everyone can benefit from having that person in their life.
Most mentors have somebody that led them to the space, right? That heart space. Who was it for you? Who's the mentor? I mean, usually it's family, but aside from family, who was it? Teacher, professor, who was it that led you?
Yeah, that's a good question. So obviously my parents, I was really blessed to have some great parents in life. My older brother also was always a huge role model to me. But besides family, I had a teacher when I was in high school who, I mean, at the time I was just like, oh, okay, he's just a good teacher. He's helping me enroll in classes. But he was pushing me to take a full schedule senior year. He was pushing me to take AP classes to really set myself up for the future. But looking back on it now, you know, I'm like, I didn't notice it then, but it really felt like he believed in me, and he's pushing me to do these things because he knows my potential. He knows my worth. And it was, you know, such a great experience that you don't realize it in the time. You know, we always hear mentors that are like, I don't know if my mentee's getting much out of this. And they're not going to sit across from the table and tell you, usually like, hey, you're really encouraging today, you know? But I do think in years later, including myself, I can look back on those moments and be like, wow, they were a mentor for me. They realized my potential. They helped me get there. And then it's cool to go back and thank them for those things now that I'm however many years out of high school.
When you think about Teammates and what it does, what is the biggest hill that you have to climb in getting the numbers in play that you need to do this at the level you need to do it at?
Yeah, that's a great question. I don't think we should have problem getting mentors. I think the biggest thing holding back is people having the fear of, how am I going to fit this in my day? Or kids aren't going to like me. I know my husband, if he's listening, shout out. He tells me all the time, I just don't think a kid's going to want to hang out with me. Like, I'm not cool enough. I'm not I don't tell enough jokes, dad jokes, you know?
Right.
And I think there's that misconception out there. Like, you don't have to be a tutor. You don't have to know dad jokes. You don't have to be a teacher, a coach. You just have to be there. You just have to listen. You just have to have a caring heart. And so as a society, really, we put a lot of pressure on ourselves. And I just don't think we need to do that. I think we can just be ourselves and be a perfect mentor for someone.
It's fascinating to me, being new to the community and new in this space. I've been a mentor for 11 years. I've been a coach for 30 plus. So they're all in the same space.
Yes.
And the understanding of that allows me, when I see really good people, I'm drawn to it. Like, I'm actually, like, I want to be a part of it, and I want to be able to help them do the stuff that they want to do. So let's bring in Nate Lowry. Nate, introduce yourself. Let the folks know who you are.
Yep, I'm Nate Lowry. Started Teammates in 2007 as a student at the university, and have been really lucky to have full support for my many employers throughout the years that I've continued being a teammate with 4 different teammates. 2 graduated, 1 got almost to graduation and then moved, and I'm on my 4th one now. And
say that again.
Great.
That how long and how many?
Yep. So it's been 15 years, but I've had 4. 1 started in middle school. They graduated. Another one started in middle school, graduated. Another one moved after a year. And then this one will be a sophomore, I believe.
Wow.
So
you really are hiding your cape. Like, you're just walking around Lincoln looking like the average guy, but underneath you got a cape and you probably fly from spot to spot, right?
I think what Audrey said, it doesn't take much other than showing up. I was absolutely nervous. I was like, what am I going to talk to? Like, I was a 21-year-old kid. I'm like, I'm not going to identify with the middle schoolers' problems and stuff. And oh my gosh, just showing up, listening. That was it.
Where's home for you?
I'm from Caro, Nebraska, by Grand Island. So,
okay. I actually just learned where that was.
Nice.
Okay, I just learned where that was. Nice. So tell the story. I mean, why University of Nebraska, and then what in your life and experience leads you to be an open heart?
Sure. So obviously my family was a big part of it. The University of Nebraska, I was fortunate enough to go to the Rake School of Computer Science and Management. Couldn't pass that up, was really challenged, very well mentored there, very well mentored in high school. I just feel like when she talks about like a coach or a teacher, it's like almost every teacher I had, it's like they were looking out for me and they were really just paving the way for me. And that, not making it easy necessarily, but just challenging me, supporting me, saying, get up, try it again. And I don't know what I did to deserve that. And so I just want to pay it back in any way possible. And it's just been an amazing experience to get to do that through many organizations, and Teammates is at the top of my list for that.
We'll get to the mentees and the experiences and the shared space. But I want the folks to know who you are.
Sure.
Because what happens for mentors and for folks who are listening is that they need to hear some part of themselves in the people who are doing it. And that helps them cross the bridge into, hey, let me try. Maybe, You know what? People love me too. Maybe I should share this. Maybe I need to pay it forward. Or in a lot of cases, pay it back. So that's the thing. Brett, I am not going to screw up your last name. There's zero chance I'm going to screw this up. So I'm just going to let you say it and introduce yourself.
It's really not as hard as it looks.
Okay.
It's like 2 words.
Yeah.
Callum Carrion.
Callum Carrion. Okay.
So
Please tell the folks who you are and what you do.
Well, I'm semi-retired. I'll be retired at the end of the year. I've been in the travel business for 40 years, owned my own tour company for 25, and then merged with my competitor. We plan tours throughout the United States where you get on a coach or you fly and you tour Italy. We tour here, go to Yellowstone, go to New York, all kinds of places. And so it's been a great career, and I've done a lot of things and got a lot of things I want to see and do going forward. So I'm looking forward to seeing some places I didn't get to go on my official travels as a tour operator.
Tell the story of who you are and where you're from.
Well, I'm originally from Los Angeles.
What part? What part?
Palos Verdes.
Okay, yeah, okay. I'm an Obrea guy.
Okay,
so,
all right. After college, moved a couple of times. Ended up flying for an airline. I was a flight attendant for Braniff Airlines, if anybody remembers Braniff Airlines. And then met my wife. She worked for Braniff. We moved to Lincoln, and her dad owned this travel agency. So started to work for him, and then bought the company from him, and have stayed in Lincoln. So we've been here since '81. So yeah.
Brent, what's the story of? I mean, whose shoulders do you stand on?
Well, my dad was very instrumental in my growing up. I had great parents, and like Audrey, had a great family, and we had really no family issues, which is really pretty rare. So I feel blessed with that. But really later in years, I don't really have anybody in high school that I really felt mentored me. And it really wasn't until probably about 15 years ago when I started taking a course called Men's Fraternity at our church that Robert Lewis is an incredible presenter, and he developed 3 different manhood courses, which I've been through several times. And so he's really kind of my hero, Robert Lewis.
That's, there's usually cases. I spoke in Carolina, and in a room full of people, educators and mentors, what we found out is that a large portion of those people were doing it to pay tribute to somebody great in their space. And then the other folks were people who, quite frankly, were looking for those people in their lives. So they had to become those people, like to do all the things for them that weren't done as they were growing up. So yeah, right. Yeah, Ray goes, yeah, I remember Braniff Airlines. Yeah, yeah. The folks on the text line are out there. Audrey, so how do you find teammates, and why do you find teammates?
So we find teammates by doing things like this, and we go to a lot of, we go to churches, we go to businesses, we go to community fairs. We went to the Fallbrook Farmers Market the other day. So we're just out there anywhere that we can meet people, talk with people about mentoring. And then I'm sorry, I forgot the last part.
Well, here's that's a good space. That when you go out, when you leave the building that is teammates and you go out into the community, it's a constant search.
Yes, it is.
Right? It is a constant search. The light's always on, looking for somebody who's willing to step into your world and help people.
Yeah, so that's where that word passion comes back. Like when I leave, I don't take off my mentor teammates hat and I'm like, okay, I'm done for the day. Like I'm always thinking about mentoring. I'm always thinking about the stories of the kids I hear on the wait list and people I know and people I meet. I mean, there's times I go to the park with my son and I start talking with a parent and I always bring up teammates. Yeah. Like it really does extend beyond, because you never know who you're going to meet, who's going to be a great mentor. And I feel so close and I just attached to those kids on our wait list that I really want to get matched, students that want to mentor.
So there's tons of stuff that we have to consider along the way. One, there's an actual number of mentees who are waiting for somebody good to appear in their lives and literally just be there on a regular, consistent basis with good as the GPS. Like that's really it. Like just, I need to be there and be a decent person. Right? Basic stuff. So to tell people in wherever they are, because in most places within this listening or viewing space, that there is a teammates office, there's schools in those spaces where people are needed.
Yes, absolutely. So we're in over 70 schools here, every public school in Lincoln, and then a handful of the parochial schools also. And most of those schools have students waiting. At each school, there's a building facilitator that's there to help guide and support, help set up schedules. And then at each school, there's also a match support specialist, which is what my role is, in helping them to take a strengths assessment or to sign up for a service project, or if they just need to call and vent and be like, okay, what's my next step? What's a good piece of advice? Or where should I take this conversation the next time I check in? So there's several sounding boards for mentors to come to. So they're not alone. They have a team behind them.
What if there's somebody listening who really can't cross the bridge into time, but they want to contribute? How would they go about it? What should they do?
So there's a couple ways they can contribute. So one of the ways they can do it is maybe they can't commit, but they have a friend that could, or they know someone that's going to be a great mentor. They can certainly recruit them or send us their name. We'll talk to them about what that looks like. And then also we have donations, we're a nonprofit. And so to keep us running, to keep our background checks, we have to, we background check all of our mentors, make sure we have safe volunteers in the schools. So there's just different projects like that. Our service projects that we do every month, getting the materials for those. So donations, nominating. I also want to say too, with the schedule thing, Zoom has been a new thing that has come out of the COVID pandemic. And it's a way that we can keep matches together that we haven't been able to before. So there's some mentors that are snowbirds and they go to Arizona for a few months, or there's mentors that maybe travel a lot, like our friend we just met in the hallway. And so in those cases, we can do Zoom on some of those off weeks.
You need to get Eric Strickland on board. You guys need Strickland on team.
I wasn't going to call him out.
Yeah. No. He can't be mad at me for doing that. He knows that's where I am. So look, Eric Strickland, bro, we need to get you signed up.
We can do hybrid meetings, Eric.
Yeah, he's good at it. Strick would be amazing at it. So for donations, going to the Teammates website or Teammates Lincoln, give them both websites and then tell them what to look for in case they decide that's what they want to do.
Absolutely. So lincolnteammates.org, ORG. Just go there. On the top, it says get involved, and you can click get a mentor. You can click donate now. You can also volunteer in our office. We have some college students that need service hours, and so they'll come to our office and just help with projects in that capacity. And that's totally great too. So all of the information is on there. Lincoln Teammates at lincolnteammates.org. Sorry, I was starting to say the email. If you do want to email or call us, our number 402-436-1990.
We're going to throw some additional bait in the water. So anybody that donates tonight, donates within the show while I'm here, let me know that you're doing it. Just do a screen grab, send it to us. Post it, put it on the text line. We'll throw in a ticket t-shirt. I know you guys go crazy over the ticket t-shirts. So what we'll add to that is if you donate tonight while we're doing the show, we'll throw in ticket t-shirts. All you have to do is text in and tell me what size, and you can stop by the station and pick it up. So we want to add value to what we're doing and give you more reasons to participate in this good thing that is. We'll throw it to break. We'll come back. We'll start asking about the mentees because there's so many stories. Usually the mentors go into it with purpose, and then they find out that, oops, I'm receiving as well. And we'll hear some of those stories when we come back to Teammates Mentoring Hour.
Don't go anywhere. More of the Teammates Mentoring Hour is minutes away on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. 93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by Security First Bank, a relationship you can count on.
Plenty of sunshine and plenty of warmth here for our Wednesday, topping out at 93 with a light south wind at around 10. Should see mostly clear skies tonight with an overnight low dropping down to around 64. The heat continues as we head into Thursday, a high tomorrow of 94, and by Friday, a high of 97. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Bagels & Joe is in full summer mode. They'll add cold foam to the top of any iced coffee. Plus, they now have a Joe Coffee Club. Get unlimited drip coffee for just $8.95 per month. And don't forget their delicious breakfast burritos and sandwiches. Bagels & Joe, 4 Lincoln locations.
Hello, everybody. I'm Charlie Stone, and joining me in just a moment is Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. But before I bring Andy on, I need to tell you about something that really got my attention. Just the other day, I saw on television Andy announcing that in the last 50 years, they had sold and serviced close to 100,000 vehicles.
Thanks, Charlie. Yeah, actually, the number would be a lot higher if we add in how many repeat customers we have for service and that come back to buy cars from us over and over and over again.
Now, Andy, tell everybody about your special offer.
Well, as most people know, always trade for vehicles, but now we're offering for people to come in and sell us their cars. We're ready to bring it on in, whether it's a year old or a few years old, and we'll pay them cash that same day. It'll be hassle-free, and we'll do it the Honda of Lincoln way.
Come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of buying cars, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Seasons change, but your land stays the same. You need the right solutions to keep you moving. That's why you rely on Acres Equipment, your Nebraska-owned premier John Deere dealership. Whether you're harvesting, protecting your crops, feeding the herd, maintaining your lawn, improving your business, or letting off some steam, Acres has what you need to get the job done. Acres Equipment, solutions for every field.
From selling a home to even building one, you're doing a lot and need a lender who can help you do it. Like Elizabeth Rezac of Security First Bank.
With over 25 years of experience as a mortgage loan officer, I take pride in helping borrowers find the right loan for their next home.
Mortgage lending from Security First Bank. We're the bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 505011 and 483558.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back.
Sure.
Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
I present the fruitcake. Long the subject of jokes, ridicule, derision, but did the fruitcake accept its place in the culinary totem pole? No! The fruitcake sought to rise to its full potential at Beatrice Bakery. Premium nuts, high-quality fruits, and the delectable trio of brandy, bourbon, and rum. Grandma's fruitcake is no punchline, but a decadent treat that packs a punch of flavor.
Check out Grandma's fruitcake and all the delicious desserts at Beatrice Bakery. Welcome to our world of yum.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
At Venue Catering and Events, we offer 2 of the most historic ballrooms in Lincoln. The Jasmine Room, located in the historic Grand Manse in the heart of downtown, featuring a beautiful built-in antique bar, spacious patio, and soaring skylit ceilings. The Scottish Rite Ballroom, located just 2 blocks from the state's capital, boasts intricate hand-carved columns, rich dark wood floors, and lavish chandeliers. The perfect venues to host your wedding, corporate event, or much more. For availability and more information, call us at 402-603-6483.
Get a lot of advice about self-care these days, but one of the most important self-care steps we can take is making sure we're financially secure later in life. For small steps you can take to save for retirement, visit WeSaySaveIt.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
This is the Teammates Mentoring Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Not how far it would stretch.
Welcome back, everybody, to Teammates Mentoring Hour. Again, you can participate in the conversation. You can add to the conversation. Do so on the Starter Heyman text line, 402-464-5685, the Honda Lincoln hotline. And you can check us out on the video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter Live. So all you got to do is click on 937 on the ticket, and boop. There we are. I have offered this, and I am sincere in it, that anybody that makes a donation to Teammates Mentoring, Teammates Lincoln tonight, so anytime before tomorrow morning, make the donation, screen grab, send it to us, put it on the text line, or you can hit the inbox, and we will also throw in a ticket t-shirt as well, just for your kindness. As a matter of fact, you know what? Let's double the ante. I like putting the challenge out. I'm going to, courtesy of our folks at Beatrice Bakery, we're going to throw in, we've got vanilla rum cake in the back. We've got lemon drop cake. we will give you the cake of your choice and the T-shirt for making a teammate's donation tonight.
Thank you so much, DP. That's
So
awesome.
I just think, look, if we're going to have the party, let's have the party.
Do it.
We love parties.
Let's do it.
You know, right? Like if we're going to do that, let's have the party. As a matter of fact, you guys will all walk out with T-shirts and cake. When we leave tonight.
You're so nice.
Well, listen to. Here's the thing: when people give, you're supposed to give to that, and you guys are givers. By your very nature, you guys are givers, and it's a small thank you. It is a small thank you for making the community better, for making people's lives better. And I tell people all the time, when you're a mentor, educator, teacher, or otherwise, you're planting seeds for fruit you're never going to see. Like, and the people that you're helping elevate are going to go and do great things for people that you're never going to meet. And it's often that we forget to say thank you. So I'm saying thank you to you guys for what you're doing for this community and what you're doing tonight. Because let me tell you, it's a much better place because.
Well, thank you.
So bravo to that. Okay, so Audrey, tell me this thing, for what you do in this thing. You guys just had your big kickoff. Can you tell folks kind of what that was and what that was about?
Yeah, absolutely. And maybe Nate and Brent can help tell some of it too. But we just kicked off our school year last night. We call it our fall kickoff. And so we talk about what to expect the upcoming year with the resources available, and just really get everyone pumped up to be back with their mentee. I know I am so excited to see my mentee. We've been matched for 4 or 5 years. And so when I see her, I run up and I give her a huge hug every time because it's just, it's heart-filling for sure. And so our fall kickoff is just that. We want to have fun. We want to learn about the upcoming year and just, get excited.
Nate, what do you say to people who, when they find out you're a mentor, what do you say to them? What's the elevator pitch?
Oh, I say number one, it's easy. I mean, it is time, and your time is important, but it's easy. So that shouldn't deter you. 2, it's amazingly fulfilling. It's truly one of the things I look most forward to in my week. It's just an incredible hour that I absolutely cherish. And it's super fun. Like I feel like I connect with my teammate over things that I wouldn't know anything about if I wasn't connected with my teammate. I am in the schools every week, so I'm seeing what they're learning and how they're being taught math and stuff. And I'm like, whoa, I wish that.
Hey, what is happening here?
This is amazing. And then just to get to see a child, or not even child, but like a young person excel is pretty amazing. And I've been fortunate enough to have teammates that were either good at auto mechanics. They changed my tires. Like they rotated my tires on the truck. I don't know if teammates knew about that. But,
it's a new match activity.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's teaching.
Yeah.
It's like, watch this.
Exactly. Or art. And to have the student tell me about that and be excited about it and have somebody that cares about it. And then to be genuinely like, you are amazing. Like you have amazing talents. And I hope that you keep doing this. It's just we're spoiled rotten as mentors because our mentees are so cool.
Brent, what's the biggest surprise about all of this? Like when you first walked in the door and decided, hey, I'm going to do this. What's been the biggest constant surprise for you?
Well, just getting to know the mentee was a little bit of a challenge at first. But being a mentor, you just be yourself, and it's no magic formula. You just learn, as Nate was saying, you learn things about your mentee that you wouldn't have known before. Mine's a terrific artist, and I hope he gets into graphic arts because he would be great with that. But yeah, and I've been with him 8 years, going on 9 years, so we'll graduate. And when I think about meeting him in 4th grade, and I sort of projected at that time, what's it going to be like when he graduates from high school? And here it is.
Right.
8 years later, it's like, I can't even believe this. But with that Robert Lewis course that I was telling you about manhood, and the 3 different phases of manhood, in the phase that I'm in, it being 70, I'm in my patriarch season, and he defines a patriarch as a generational connector, a generational influencer, and a generational intercessor. And that's really what being a teammate is all about to me.
That's powerful to know at that level, at a higher level. This is your purpose. Like this thing is good for you. and it's good for us, and you are aware. Like, there's so many good people who aren't aware of their power. Like, it's like, wait a minute, you got all these superhero powers, and you're just sitting here chilling on them.
Yeah.
Like, like, release them, let them go.
There was one meeting a couple of years ago that I told my mentee, she loves to play chess. I'm horrible at chess. Oh, I should say I'm not good at chess yet, but she's fantastic. And so we were playing one time, and I'm like, you're really strategic. Like, you think several moves ahead. I'm thinking like in the moment, how do I do this? But she just always has those wheels turning. She's always thinking about that strategy. And last year she came up to me and she goes, Audrey, I was really strategic this week. And she started telling me all the ways.
Nice.
And like, she didn't even know that word before I taught it to her. And so it's really fun to point out those things. And she points out things with me. She's like, you're a good listener, or like validation that, you know, I didn't even know would feel that good. And it feels really good. So it's simple. It's so easy to be able to do that.
We all speak in the voices of the people who loved us. Like that's a real thing. And then now, if you pause for a second, you'll realize that your mentees are going to take your words and your love into the world, not only into the community and into the family and into the schools, but into their life. And forever, they are forever going to walk in your footsteps with your voice. That is a powerful thing.
That's really powerful. That is.
Right. And then you multiply it and amplify it. Right. So I would imagine that your event last night was just a little slice of heaven, having a bunch of people who are just loving people all in the same place with the same move.
It was a room of 140 people that have good hearts, that like kids, that want to give back to their community. I mean, every single person in that room, every single one of our mentors is that way, you know, and they all have different things to add. You know, Brent and Nate approach mentoring differently. Their mentees are different, but they're both such valuable adds and helping their mentee realize their full potential. So it was heaven.
I've got a story.
Please do.
To tell you and this is just amazing to me because you never really know what kind of impact you have. I mean, you show up every week and you talk and you hope that you're helping. Well, my mentee in his sophomore year was really struggling. Of course, this was during COVID and he was in Zoom and just at home, bored to death, and just was not. But you know what could you do? Okay. And I wasn't losing touch with him, but he showed up, you know, every week. And so we got through the sophomore year and starts his junior year. And he tells me in December, well, he pretty much didn't really do much with his sophomore year. I mean, he really fell behind the curve big time. He got on the honor roll. His first semester, I was blown away. It was incredible. And so you just never know just by being there. And even though he had that tough sophomore year, he came back and like a rock star. I was just so happy for him.
And I bet he was super excited to tell you.
Oh,
that.
Yeah, he was. And
to tell you.
First one in his family to ever get on honor roll.
That's awesome.
I've been in the schools before where they like display the first semester honor roll boards. And I've literally seen mentees run up with their mentors and be like, look, I made the honor roll. And I could totally imagine your mentee doing that, Brent. And I think it's awesome that you've been with him since fourth grade, that you were there to be like, you made the honor roll. I'm so proud of you. And he was so excited to tell you, like, you're the person that he was just excited to share the news.
It was really a joy.
But those are the things that are out there for people. Mm-hmm. And as a coach, and I've coached all over the country. And so what happened was I become an accumulation of all the coaches that I was coached by and that I've coached with. And we came up with a study program because we kept noticing that the kids, we would tell them, you need to study and you need to have good grades, but we never teach them how. Mm-hmm. So we came up with a study program and we put it in the first school when I was in Salt Lake City. And going into that year, we had of the 48 football players, varsity football players, we had 7 who were scholar athletes, 7. Through this program and after that year, that number went all the way up to 34. Wow. And what happened was this. One of the smart kids got together with one of the not so smart kids. So one of the 4.0 guys got together with one of the 2.0 guys. And it was the 2.0 kid that said, well, we decided that, listen, if there's one 4.0 student, there's no excuse for not having 4.0 students. And my jaw dropped because it was, oh boy, we're on to something here. Like they recognize. And we came up with the phrase shared IQ, which was my intelligence is good, yours is good, ours is greater. And we shared that in mentoring. We shared that in study hall, and it became a thing. And then study hall became a thing. Imagine getting teenage boys to attend study hall at a 98% rate.
Wow.
And so when I hear you guys talk about it, the way you talk about it, I applaud. I absolutely applaud, because what you did for that kid, that kid's going to get another one.
We hope so.
He's going to get another one.
I'm really hoping so.
He's going to get another one. So it's going to be fantastic. Listen, let's throw it to break. We'll tell more stories and then let folks know that we'll make our bid to get people across the bridge from sitting and listening and being curious to being active, which is the thing that's required. You're listening to the Teammates Mentoring Hour on 93.7 The Ticket.
Don't go anywhere. More of the Teammates Mentoring Hour is minutes away on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Seasons change, but your land stays the same. You need the right solutions to keep you moving. That's why you rely on Acres Equipment, your Nebraska-owned premier John Deere dealership. Whether you're harvesting, protecting your crops, feeding the herd, maintaining your lawn, improving your business, or letting off some steam, Acres has what you need to get the job done. Acres Equipment, solutions for every field.
Bagels and Joe is in full summer mode. They'll add cold foam to the top of any iced coffee. Plus, they now have a Joe Coffee Club. Get unlimited drip coffee for just $8.95 per month. And don't forget their delicious breakfast burritos and sandwiches. Bagels and Joe, 4 Lincoln locations.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
From selling a home to even building one, you're doing a lot and need a lender who can help you do it. Like Elizabeth Rizak of Security First Bank.
With over 25 years of experience as a mortgage loan officer, I take pride in helping borrowers find the right loan for their next home.
Mortgage lending from Security First Bank. We're the bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 505011 and 483558.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
Mike Shaver here for Trek CBD. Summer is here, and that means you're having garage parties with neighbors, hitting the golf course and the pool. The drink of this summer isn't your typical seltzer. It's drinkable Delta 8. Yep, Trek CBD has drinkable Delta 8 seltzers with mango and lime flavors for 4-packs, 12-packs, coming in a variety of mango, watermelon, lime, and berry. They also have hemp-derived Delta 9 syrups to put in your beverages, and as always, the excellent Delta 8 gummies. Trek CBD at 84th and Andermatt and TrekCBD.com. Trek CBD, CBD done right.
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. It's soul food right here in Lincoln. Ribs, wings, catfish, coleslaw, cornbread, grits. I mean, I'd say it's food like your grandma used to make, but my grandma never made food like that. If you haven't already, you've got to give it a try. Check out their location across from South Point at 27th and Pine Lake, or find their food truck at events all over town, or visit them online at maryellens.com to see the full menu. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Let them fix you a plate.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 in the morning, my phone rang. They said, "I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action." Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Old School with DP and J.
Us as past players are tired of the expectations being down and no pressure. It has to be the exact opposite. You know, last time I talked to one of the players on the team, and he's like, "I want to prove everybody wrong." I was like, "No, you need to prove yourself and everybody that believes in you right. You're here. And so now you need to prove everybody right, including yourself, by embracing and setting the expectations to the standard that you need to live by every day."
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is the Teammates Mentoring Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Final segment of Teammates Mentoring Hour before we hand it over to Raph and AD and let them carry us until 9 o'clock. Harrison will jump in sometime tonight and he'll empty his noggin about what's gone on in sports. And it's always a good listen if you have the opportunity. Again, 402-464-5685. You can go to the Teammates Lincoln website. Go to the website. And anybody that donates, just let us know you donated. Ticket, T-shirt, cake from Beatrice Bakery. We'll run it. We'll honor it as long as you guys do it. All you can do is let us know that you did it. I know that you will because that's how you guys roll. Greatly appreciate it as well. Audrey, so final talking points, because I want you to get across the message of what Teammates needs to accomplish and how they're going to do it. What's required?
We need mentors. We need mentors.
We need mentors.
As simple
Simple
as
as
that.
that. Yeah.
Yes, we need mentors. We need male mentors. We need female mentors. We need college age mentors. We need retiree mentors. Just any mentor. It's super simple. Brent and I and Nate were just talking in the break that it's at 1 hour a week. Everyone has 1 hour a week that they can give. And so we're gonna work our hearts out to get those mentors because we believe in it and we know that the kids want that. We have students on our list that want that mentor. So
and it's all over the state. It's all over the area. No matter where you are, somebody is waiting for you.
Yes.
Brent, I love the way you said it. See if you can recap and find your magic again. But the message was there.
Well, it was interesting that my father-in-law was a mentor. He only mentored a couple of years, and his match didn't work. But I was making a sales call in a small town, northeast Nebraska, and the lady I was meeting with had her Teammates T-shirt on. And so I asked her about it, and it was the head of the Teammates program in that area. And so I came back and said, "Well, no, this is something I want to do." And she convinced me. Just took a little bit of talk to get me. To get me interested. And, you don't have to be a rock star to be a mentor. I mean, I didn't know anything about mentoring. It's just really sitting down and caring about kids. And so it's just so easy. And 1 hour a week is just nothing. You just put it on your calendar and, I'm at Northeast at such and such a time. I'm there for an hour. And it's just really great.
Yeah.
And also you don't have to be a teacher or a coach, anything like that. You don't have to be this magic fix the grade person. Like we're specifically told, don't do that.
Right.
They have people that are there to be on their case about grades. You're on you're just on their team. And so it is a superhero job, but anyone can do it, which is kind of amazing.
Can I throw a stat out at
Please
you?
do.
So the stat I have for you, we do surveys every spring with our mentees, and we got those results back this summer. And one of them that really stands out to me is 100% of our mentees, all 1,200 of our mentees say that their mentor cares about them. They feel that care. And we have people from all different kinds of professions, ages, genders, everything. And 100% of them are showing their mentee that they care. And it's so easy to be a person that cares in a student's life. We need you on our team.
Even if it's, I mean, if you guys want to go through the process, let's find out if this works for you. Find out how many kids are in your area that you can help. Find out really how easy it is for you to become a mentor. Like, I put some prizes on donation, but the same will apply to folks who just want to be a mentor. All you have to do is go to the website, click on it, click on the banner, fill it out, get in the process, and just send me a text that says, you know what, I applied. I'm in. I will do that, and I'll throw in a t-shirt, we'll throw in some cake, and I'll probably high five you and hug you when you come to pick them up.
And then come to the teammate's office and I'll high five and hug you too.
Right. I think that's there. You gave me a number, and that number kind of boggles my mind, because I know that Nebraskans are good folks, and I know the folks from Lincoln move in that space. But how many people are we looking to line up?
We have over 700 students on our wait list right now. But I don't even know how accurate that is. I think there's mentees out there, students out there that haven't even put their name on that list. And so an infinite number of mentors is what we need.
Kelsey,
if we had 1-to-1, that'd be great.
Yes.
Kelsey,
awesome.
Kelsey's a teacher. The answer to that is t-shirt and cake for teachers too. Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
At least.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That's a win. And we have a ton of teachers, especially that listen at night. And we have a special place in our heart for the teachers who do that work. So absolutely, just tell me what size, and then you tell me what kind of cake you want, and we'll hook you up. And Kelsey's legit. Mississippi Mud Dog is legit. A good fan. Yeah, our listeners give you their nicknames and things that when we give the shout outs, we're there. So is there, now you're back to school, there is no deadline to this. They can do this whenever they're ready to do this, correct?
Yes, absolutely. So we just had our first new mentor training today. We have 3 more coming up in the next week. And then we have 3 or 4 trainings every month after that for mentors, all the way up until April, the end of the school year.
I think the opportunity for me, when you want to do it, it becomes a selfless version of yourself. So Nate, I'll ask you, when it's the morning of your meeting and your get together, what are you thinking about?
Well, I'm mainly just looking forward to that connection with this person that is in my life. It's they're almost like a family member, just because I care about the things that are happening, and we tell each other about the stupidest little things in our lives, and we both genuinely care. And it's so I think I'm usually just looking forward to, like, oh, you were going to try and do that thing on your bike this week. How'd that work out? And it's like, well, look at my arms. I crashed, obviously. So it's just really exciting to make that connection. It's pure 100% energy giving joy.
Brent, for the people who are listening, who are curious but haven't moved over the line, what say you to them?
That it really isn't as difficult as it may sound, or the commitment isn't that, unless you're out of town every week. I don't attend. Well, I'm a 24. I'm part of the 24 club.
Yes.
24. But it really doesn't take that much time out of your week, but the joy that you get from interacting with your teammate, and the changes that you see, especially if you start them early like that,
right? And
how you go from having a really tough year to being on the honor roll,
Yes.
and seeing those changes just is really a joy. He's kind of like a little grandson to me in a way,
Yeah.
although I'm not his grandfather, but it kind of feels that way, which is
Yeah.
kind of fun for at least in my age group anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. One thing I was going to add to that too, Brent, thanks for bringing that up. There's 36 weeks in a school year. Here in Lincoln, at least for Lincoln Public Schools, there's 36 weeks. And we are really looking for that 24 visits. So 24 weeks out of the 36, because we know vacations happen. We know illness happens, especially during our pandemic time here. And so we know that you're not going to be able to make it every week. We have people that do make it every week that get 36 visits. But we do know that things happen too. So that takes a little pressure off, feeling like, okay, there's weeks that I can miss. My mentees aren't going to understand. The biggest thing is that communication.
Commit to the 24. That's what we're asking for. That's it. 24 hours, 24 sit
It goes
downs.
by so fast.
24 days to smile, 24 hours to share. This is all this week. Question before we go, is the 1 hour a week flexible days, afternoons? What's the
Pretty? Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you look at the students' schedule and you try not to pick the hardcore classes
Right.
like your math and whatever. But
Right.
yeah, the facilitator at the school will help, pick a good time.
I call the day before about half the time.
See?
Thank you, Lisa, for dealing
See?
with me.
See, great stuff. So yes. So again,
Yeah.
you have all night. You guys jump in the pool. You can either jump in the donation pool or you can jump into the mentor pool. Either way, we're going to.
Or both.
Or both. There are those people. Yeah. Let's get that in. T-shirts, cake, hugs, high fives, all in place. Folks, thank you for what you
Sure.
do and doing this tonight. Greatly appreciate it. Don't go anywhere. Aaron Davis, Chris Rath. They will take you through the next 2 hours on 93.7 The Ticket.